about John Cena tapping out? Congratulations. You just discovered wrestling isn't frozen in 2007. Gunther choked the nostalgia out of half the fan base. Raw was pure chaos. CM Punk roasted Bron Breakker, his family tree, and Steiner math in one breath. Then WWE revealed the masked man was Austin Theory, because of course it was. This is Rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. Jesse, ring the bell.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we are Rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. We are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open Approved, and the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. And I'm here joined with the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly Jesse. Yeah, and I'm Andrew Kombat Jones. Yeah, click, clack. And we're here to talk about WWE Saturday Night Main Event. John Cena's last match. One last time. And WWE Raw and a little bit of wrestling and news along the way, baby. Yeah, don't forget, them New York Knicks are the Cup champions of the world. Yeah.
The Cup champions.
Raise the banner, baby. Let's go. If we didn't win it, they'd be saying that we won, that we didn't win something that didn't even matter. And now we won, so we won something that mattered. How about that? Yeah. New York state of mind, baby. And that's with we light years ahead. You already know. Let's go. How you doing tonight?
A lot of people in the IWC are not happy John Cena lost his final match because they thought, just like the New York Knicks, that John Cena should get a participation trophy in his final match and win. But that's not to be. We had a stunned, silent crowd.
Yes.
I loved every single minute of it. I thought it was so good. I thought that Gunther really kind of shined. People saying that Gunther wasn't over on Raw. Yeah. I beg to differ. It was an amazing atmosphere.
We got so much to talk about,
man.
All pertaining to that, pretty much for the most part. Yeah, it's crazy. But going back to Saturday Night Main Event, I haven't seen so many people's faces in shock, I think, ever watching a WWE, WWF, or a wrestling event in general, besides maybe the Undertaker losing the streak to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But damn, WWE's cameramen did a great job at knowing the right moment to have the cameras pointed at everybody. And even we had Tyrese Halliburton in shock because he knew his idol just choked. So right back at you, Tyrese. Get well soon. I hate to say it, but we won't see you in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wow. Yeah, because the Knicks won't be there.
We'll be there, baby. All the way to the moon. But
I just think it's like really heartbreaking that every single year they give you some sort of glimmer of hope that the Knicks are going all the way, just for every single year your heart to be shattered in a million pieces.
Hey, that's what sports is about. That's what wrestling's about. That's what life is about in general, right? So New York, baby. But hey, we on our way. Like I said, we got the trophy. What can you more? Don't mess up the team. We got all the pieces. It's all there for the taking.
Kombat Jones has been so
Cowboys.
He's been so shell-shocked about the New York Knicks that he hasn't been able to buy a shirt since he was 11 years old. That jersey is from when he's 11 years old. It's a hot schmedium.
This is a JR Swish. JR Swish, baby.
Okay,
yeah. Shoot your shot, whatever his senior quote was from the yearbook. Go with that. Look that up.
Whatever it was.
Whatever it was, it was a doozy, and it's a classic. J.R. Smith, baby, throwing it down. Yeah,
man. Yo, it's a Saturday night's main event, man. I mean, I had a good time watching it. I thought it was great. I think it was an emotional roller coaster for a lot of people, but
Yep.
I just, I think that one of the highlights of the whole night, which there was actually quite a few, but man, they kicked it off with Cody Rhodes against Oba Femi.
Right.
Man, oh man, Oba Femi really did look so good in this. Like,
yeah, what a match! What a good showing! Yeah, coming out on TV for the WWE Universe for the ones that don't watch NXT to really get a feel for him and what he looks like and how he goes about it and just how big he is and devastating and overpowering and yeah. And for all the talk about going into Saturday Night Main Event too, that maybe John Cena's match was going to be first. It was like, oh, why the hell would they do that? Like,
no way in hell.
Thank God. I was glad how it started. I was like, yes. We had that arena was packed to the brim from what I understood. Like you couldn't even move inside it. There's so many people. So that was great for the universe and for everybody to come out to show their respect, to be part of a real big moment and a real big night. And the entrance ramp was cool, very small, very different. Again, like we got the Saturday Night Main Event vibes, which is how they be doing it pretty much. But yeah, Cody Rhodes and Oba Femi put on a pretty good show. I was surprised. I had it not been interrupted, I don't know what the outcome would have been. It's hard to tell.
I think WWE is kind of writing themselves into a corner with all these interferences and disqualifications. I mean, we've just been seeing it more and more on a fairly regular basis. We saw some more on Raw, and it's just like, it's just, it's when it's done too much, it's almost like glass and cinder blocks and syringes in AEW. When it's done enough, it's just like, what's the point of it anymore? But man, Oba Femi looked so good. I mean, you're going against WWE Undisputed Champion. That's the cream of the crop. I know CM Punk in your mind is the top champion, but the WWE Championship, as a rule, is the top championship. And to have Oba Femi in there, even though he is the NXT champion and he has been rising up, like for him to not be in over his head in that moment and kind of know his role and all that, and to kind of stand toe to toe with Cody and look good while doing it, like mad props to him. He's going to be an awesome star on the main roster someday. Don't fuck it up, Triple H.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. They both had to really protect each other too and make each other look great, which they did. And it also was what Drew McIntyre is the one that interrupted the whole party, and Drew McIntyre showed some love to Oba Femi too and put him over without a doubt. So who knows going forward? I mean, I'm sure they're going to meet down the line. I mean, I would think the Royal Rumble would be a good time that Oba Femi is probably going to get a shot in that thing and really turn some heads, I think, too.
You think he's going to throw like 20 people out in the Royal Rumble or something? Or
I think he's going to get a few. I think he's going to get a few. Yeah.
Man, that's going to be a major pop, man. In Saudi Arabia for Oba Femi. I don't know how they're going to take to him, but I mean, I think they're going to be quite. I don't know how that all goes, but
I don't know. Yeah,
I just wanted to say that. I mean, but I think that they're going to be quite impressed by the aura that Oba Femi lets
off. Yeah. And Cody got split open when he went over the announce table too. Looked like his ear got cut or whatever. Looked a little bit. Showing some color for the people that paid some money, paid the big bucks to be there. A who's who of wrestling content creator Illuminati that are connected to the universe were in attendance. It's not hard for one click away on YouTube to see. So shout out to them.
Unlike.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of ear injuries lately that were staged, I don't think this one was staged. I think there was a legit cut and whatever. But anyway, so like you said, it was interrupted by Drew McIntyre, no contest. I think that was the right call as far as not wanting to put one over the other, but at the same time, like I said, just kind of dial back on the interferences and disqualifications. Otherwise, it kind of
right.
Yeah, you don't want to eat peanut butter and jelly every day. It gets old after a while. So, but I really enjoyed the match, and like you said about like the stars being out, Tyrese Halliburton and everything else, man.
Yeah.
We had a who's who of legends in the front row as well. Like we had like Mark Henry was in attendance for this. We had Rob Van Dam was there. Elias was there.
Elias.
Trish
Kurt Angle.
Stratus, Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Man, Kurt Angle looks rough, huh?
The Punisher. And I'm not talking the one from the P. Diddy trial. Or whatever his name is. Yeah. Okay. This isn't AEW. We're not talking about MJF's promo about baby oil and Puff Daddy, but
okay.
But people were getting yeah. It was a who's who crowd of celebrities without a doubt.
Green shirt guy was there with a green John Cena last time is now shirt. That's interesting how that was made for him.
He changed his shirt for once. He's been wearing the same shirt. Probably seems like he hasn't showered probably in however long. Yeah. Besides
that Toronto whiteout when he was the only one that wore white.
Oh,
it was disappointing. Sad to see. His gimmick was ruined in one fucking night. What did you think of Sol Ruca and Bayley? Sol Ruca.
I think it was a little better than I thought it would be. I mean, it was probably my least favorite matchup, coming up into the card. I'm like, they could have, picked other people for this or that, or had the champions, show themselves off. But I think Sol Ruca was a solid pick because of her athleticism and like her moveset and her vibe and all that, her aura that she brings. And Bayley, you can't go wrong with Bayley and having Lyra, there with her and having that part of it too. They could have showed, the NXT Women's Champion in Jacy Jane, but who the hell wants to see her anyways? She's not being pushed, but Sol Ruca's got that moveset, and we've seen the athleticism and all those crazy gymnastic walking on her hands all the way through the ring and doing all this stuff. And of course, we got the Soul Snatcher, so who don't like a good get and see their soul snatched, Yeah.
You wish you snatched your soul.
So did Wade Barrett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's becoming a little Booker T-ish, huh?
I know. This is the time this is the segment of the show that I want to introduce right now called Would You Rather, Combat Jones.
Okay.
So I gotta ask you this right now, man. Would you rather get the devil's kiss from Sunny Kiss or a rear naked choke from Nyla Rose?
I mean, we got to get that. Is there something going on down there, or is it all gone? I need to know the biological, part, specifics of this first, and then I can make a educated decision based on that. If it's chopped off, then I guess we'll go with that. If it's Buffalo Bill, then we'll go with the other one because my head's on the opposite side of the action. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. It's not nuts to butts. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, and hopefully I get a concussion or knocked out while it's happening, and I don't, know what's going on, rather than,
getting choked out and waking up in your ass.
I could just tap real quick.
Yeah,
I would be like John Cena. I would be like John Cena with a smile on my face, tapping out. Don't stop. Yeah.
Back to the regularly scheduled program. So, I thought Sol Ruca and Bayley was good. I mean, the right person won here, obviously. Bayley's a professional. She takes the win.
Putting over some talent.
I like having the little you can't see me in the little, it was all respect. I think a lot of this night, besides Gunther, obviously, it was all like respect in those exhibitions and everything else. And I think everybody, all the performers of the night, even Gunther, and I think everybody kind of knew like the level of like what this was, and they kind of played up to that, and that didn't change at all with Javon Evans and Leon Slater against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. I know everybody wants to talk about the botch that AJ Lee did trying to do the phenomenal forearm, but like
Oh yeah,
Everything
slipped
else
on
in
the
the match
rope,
was
right?
amazing. I mean, it
Yeah,
is what it is.
yeah,
Like,
it happens. Yeah, it
yeah.
happens.
But I thought it was
Yeah,
an
but they,
incredible match.
yeah, they came right out the gate too. Javon Evans, Leon Slater too, going crazy, doing all
Crazy.
doing their greatest hits, and we got the 5-4-50 Swanton or whatever the hell it is, and yeah, AJ Lee got the AJ Styles Dragon Lee got the victory, and they earned it. They deserve it. They the champions. They the champs.
Ooh, get it.
And the young guys got to show why they are the future for sure.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. I mean, they're young too. They said they're both 21. I mean, it just
and the things they
the
do, it's
sky's the
just
limit.
it's insane. You know, if they were on AEW, they would be the goats already. They would have 10 stars and the greatest of all time already. But I don't like, can we just appreciate it in whatever company it is, whoever's doing what, like appreciate the talent and appreciate the work that the people are putting in, regardless of what company it is. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And I agree. And it's like, if those two could stay healthy because of their styles, like they're prone to more injuries, but if those two could stay healthy, those guys are on the up and up, man. I really see great things for them. But man, they talked it up. They really had they had that moment in the ring with the Miz and R-Truth. And
yes, the Miz, he pulled one on us because he had his hands on another man's balls. Yeah. And he said that it wasn't really his name, and he said the word, and it was Joe Hendry. And who appears when you say his name? Joe Hendry, baby.
What a pop for him too. That was like amazing. Like the crowd was really ready for Joe Hendry to be there. I was surprised with that one, actually. I mean,
and the crowd crazy for R-Truth also for Ron Cena, of course, at the last night, deservingly so. And the Miz deserved that moment, and it was awesome that he came out in the jacket that he beat John Cena in at WrestleMania. He got his moment. That he made the best of what he could get, and gotta be happy for him there and in that aspect.
The Miz is so good, man, and it's like a lot of people don't like the Miz. They're like, oh, he's got a slappable face, this, that, whatever, which he does, and like that's his role. Like that's what he does. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to like him. Like he is doing his job as a professional wrestler. Like, you know what? If they're gonna hate me, I'm gonna make them hate me 100 times. But yeah, his charisma, his enthusiasm, I love the Miz. And you got to have an anti-hero to have the hero. In this night, it was Ron Cena and Joe Hendry were the heroes. But boy, what a nod for WWE to have Joe Hendry come out and have that moment in John Cena's last event. Even though he's a TNA star, everything else, to have him come out and kind of do that, man, they must.
And newly signed, newly signed, so they must think very highly of him going forward and must have big plans for him to be in a moment like that. I guess maybe we're gonna get the Miz and Joe Hendry. That's gonna be something that might start up soon here, and to kind of break them in and bring them into the business, into the main roster. So we'll see.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Kombat Jones, man, I gotta tell you, the last time is now.
Yes,
the time has come.
Yep.
We had the versus the never seen 17. Chain Gang.
Chain Gang, yeah. Word Life. Yeah.
John motherfucking
Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah. John Cena. Let's go.
The only part of this night that was ruined, I gotta tell you straight up, I was so disappointed with it. When John Cena first came out of the entrance and he was talking to Stu, and he grabbed the camera and he went to put it on Stu, and then WWE did a wide shot and didn't have the camera like on Stu. I said, oh.
They screwed up. Yeah, they missed the moment. The guy in the camera truck should have been Kombat Jones. They should have answered, the application and all that, and we would have had that all straight away, and everything would have been peaches and cream, and perfect production, but they missed out. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You can tell by the Ringside Renaissance, perfect
now.
production.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at all this. I mean, amazing. Let's go.
What did you think overall of the match? I kind of want to hear. We never really talked much about it.
Yeah.
What did you think overall of the match as a whole? The pacing of the match, a lot of people were uncomfortable with or unhappy with. I just want to know what your thoughts were on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of people that have been unhappy with it, but I think leading into the match too, with all the montages and little video production things they did a good way of setting it up, making everybody really emotional, for the match too. And man, Gunther knew to get out the ring when John Cena came out, and he came out and did his thing, did a little extra run around and five to everybody in the audience that was there to give him love. But the match itself, I loved. I thought it was great. I didn't think there was one thing wrong with the match.
No.
I thought it was done perfectly. And going into it, I had like my reservations of why Gunther didn't need to win, or they should do this or do that or whatever. But the way that everything worked out, I thought it made sense, and I couldn't hate on it or have any type of criticism for it in any type of way. But
yeah.
John Cena went all out doing the leg drop from the top. We got Super Cena. We got everything people wanted without getting the actual win in the end.
Yeah.
Like he's still hulked up. He's still Super Cena'd up. Gunther went through the table. You got the Avalanche. AAFU, we'll call it. We got the, you can't see me 5-knuckle shuffle a bunch of times. We got everything. And Gunther did his thing too. I think they stayed in there and it flowed. I didn't have a problem with the match. I wasn't like crying or nothing like that. I may have got a little emotional here and there at certain points, but it wasn't even until after the end, honestly, with all that type of stuff. But it was a lot.
I liked Michael Cole actually calling it the FU at one point too. I think when they did the Avalanche, he called it the FU, which is a throwback. I know they don't like calling it that anymore. Or whatever.
To the beginning,
I liked the flow of the match because it was constantly John Cena fighting from underneath. Does he still have it? Can he hang with Gunther? Gunther was just getting the better of him every time. Then, like you said, we had Cena kind of hulk up, get the Super Cena. The FUAA through the table was a nice touch. The ending, even though it was kind of slow and methodical, what they were doing with it, it kind of at that point, because I predicted Gunther to win, but I was back and forth on my couch like, oh shit, Cena's gonna win. Oh shit, Gunther's gonna win. Oh shit, Cena's gonna win. Oh shit. And right up until the tap out, I really did not know who was gonna win. Like just the way they were doing it. And then when Gunther was having the sleeper on Cena, the way he was standing, I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna reverse it.
He's
to
going
to
get out.
It's going to be the win. It's you know what I mean. It was just the way they did it. It was just like it was like a fight and a struggle. And at the end, John Cena had nothing left to do but give up. Like that was
And like people are saying, okay, people are mad at Triple H. We'll get to that or whatever. But from what I got out of it, my perception of it was John Cena looked at the camera. Gunther didn't make him tap out. Gunther didn't make him give up. John Cena, he was just in it that many times. He just looks at the camera and he smiles. He says, "You know what? I'm retiring. I'm done." Like there was no duress. Like, okay, you can have it now. Like, respect. Y'all take it from here. Not like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. Like, I thought it was poetic. Like, I thought it was great. The shot of him smiling and just nodding to the camera. It was like Ric Flair looking at Shawn Michaels and being like, give me one more, in his own type of way of doing it that hasn't been done. I thought it was beautiful. I loved it. I didn't have a problem with it. Of course, I was like, oh man, John Cena lost, but it was the right thing in the end, regardless of what you think or what your opinion is. You're wrong if you don't think so. I don't think it's a matter of an opinion.
Nah.
So shut the hell up, IWC. I don't want to hear it. This is one of them things where it's like, just let the professionals do their thing. Let the pros handle it and the best they know how. And I think John Cena definitely called that ending the way he wanted it. Just like he was overly, I thought it was funny. He was like overly calling the match in the ring, like as he's been known to do for. You could like see him mouthing stuff out to Gunther, or like, okay, do this next or do that next. Like it was obvious he was doing it too, just to add a little bit more of the lore on top of, what he does. So it was great, man.
To me, it just seemed like piggybacking off what you said, and it's like, it wasn't like a match where it was like, if John Cena loses, he retires. Like where they have those matches, like you had brought up with Ric Flair with his match. If he lost, he retired. This was John Cena's last match. Win, lose, or draw, it was his last match. And like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, it's almost like Poetic, almost like he went out on his own terms. He's not going out on anybody else's terms except for his own. And, like the song, and you want to be corny with a lot of this different stuff. Like his time is up, Gunther's time is now. Like that whole story being told within that whole tap out, that I think people kind of went over their heads, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I understand people's perspective of the whole never give up thing, but I don't think that was him giving up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he tapped. Technically, he gave up, but he tapped. Does that mean he gave up? No, he retired. He bowed out. That was him, So take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like it went over people's heads, and I really think that's what it was.
Do you think that was an audible called in the ring by John Cena?
No, I think it was planned. I think I think he wanted it. I think that's how he wanted to go out, and I think because it was like a movie, and he's a big actor. He understands these cinematic shots and what this will mean 20 years from now on camera when people look back. If he would have just went to sleep, what do you remember from that? You know what I'm saying? Like you remember what happened, but him looking at the camera, smiling, just giving that little tap like that will live on forever. Just like the leg drop from Hogan to, Andre the Giant, just like all these other moments, like that will live on forever. I don't care what anybody says. That moment. So yeah,
great. And I think it was great. It just seemed Gunther was so surprised. It seemed like
Gunther was surprised. Everybody was surprised. Yeah, and like everybody was just shitting a brick too. Like they did not know. They know what to do, and
And to the people that followed Gunther out to his bus, threatening him and stuff, you can go fuck yourselves, because like there's a big difference between heat and obnoxious, and like that's obnoxious at that point. And it's like, you know what, it is what it is. And I really think that I'm really a believer in John Cena. I highly believe that he must have chosen his last opponent and chosen the finish for the match. I think Triple H has that much respect for him that Triple H kind of let him go out on his own terms, and all the heat that Triple H is getting for it. I think that you need to start booing somebody else, because I don't think it was 100% Triple H's call for that one.
Yeah, and as soon as it ends, everybody's shocked, and then we have the locker room come out. Gunther was shocked, like we said, of course, which was good, which was a good look too, and he kind of soaked it up and went off and knew when it was time, and everybody else came down. Especially when Triple H came down, we got that loud boo from the crowd, like Dominic Mysterio, or even freaking anybody for that matter, of a heel. And I immediately it was like, oh, come on, it's not Triple H's fault. Like, give it a break, people. Like, people just want to hate on Triple H so bad. And people were talking about, I had to do with politics because it was in Washington. Like, nah, they're just mad because they think Triple H booked the ending like that. And it's like, come on, it's John Cena's last hoorah. You think he's gonna let him do that? And so I thought it was entertaining though to see what was gonna happen with all the boos. I was intrigued with that other devil on my shoulder, like, oh shit, this is interesting, like this is kind of funny. But never was I booing Triple H at home from the TV. Like I understood what had to been done. It is what it is. And then we had everybody else out in the ring. Punk Cody came out, followed by all the locker room, put the titles on Cena's shoulder and made him raise them and go to all the the corners and give love to the fans and take his shoes off. take his wristbands off and his headband that he wears over his bicep, and leave it all in the ring, and give a last bow and salute, and his walk back to the entrance ramp gave me chills. Definitely crazy, and
Wow.
a very heavy moment. Not just the match, but the whole night leading up to it, and the whole match in general, and then the ending was just a very heavy, and also the press conference afterwards, post show, crazy too, and yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah,
What a
it
great,
was
what a great story.
awesome. And you had the Miz coming out for the post show, doing damage control for Triple H. Talking to the people, talking to
he knew
the
his
crowd.
role. Yeah.
He knew his role. He knew what the time it was, and it was the right person for the job to do it at the time. And it was beautiful. And then which was great. When it went off the air too, we didn't know, and they weren't sure. I'm not sure if it was scripted or not. I don't think it was. I think they just played on it, and if so, great on Cody for that, because you just had that shot. They had went back down to the ring looking for people before they had seen Jey Uso, which was he was litty. He was lit. He's like, oh no, he don't believe John Cena really retiring. He with me. I'm with him on that. He'll be back. So he was feeling it with Jackie Redmond. Then they walked down and they seen Cody Rhodes standing down at the ring, just staring at John Cena's shoes and sweatbands and all that, just reminiscing and thinking back to SummerSlam when he had to take that title back from John Cena, and he turned him back and got him back on straight and put everything back on course, to make it a good moment. But it was good seeing Cody like that too. It was a good moment. Yeah,
I think it meant a lot too, and that's the first guy that Cody actually turned straight. So, but it's, I think that, like you said, Jey Uso was a little bit over the top, but
yeah.
I think everything, the moment, I think that it seemed very like natural and kind of organic with CM Punk and Cody coming in the ring, giving him the titles.
I don't think he expected that. I don't think he even wanted that. I think they went beyond of what he wanted in some things that he asked for, and they just did it anyways. And and he had to go along with it.
And you gotta like give CM Punk a lot of respect too, because like as what's been being brought up like leading up to it, and in like the little documentary and stuff like that, like CM Punk, that's like the hero anti-hero for him and John Cena. A lot of people say, and we've even said on here before, John Cena's like counterpart was Randy Orton, and we like that was our whole big thing that we had for a while. But in reality, it's CM Punk. Like John Cena was the corporate, he was the chosen one, the guy that they strapped the rocket to and whatever, and CM Punk was like the anti-hero, like the reject, the whatever that wasn't supposed to make it that ended up making it. And it's like just a classic battle between those two personalities, and
they needed each other.
Respect in the ring. Yes.
Yeah, just like The Rock and Stone Cold, or whoever else you want to put out there, your favorite, rivalries.
Hogan and Piper,
Hogan and Piper, and Brett and Shawn and stuff like that. They bring the best out of each other, and they're just there at that right time, and two of the best. And that's my favorite rivalry between the two. Obviously, like CM Punk would not be CM Punk without John Cena, and I think Cena would still be Cena, but I think CM Punk brought a lot to his character and nuances and different layers to it and stuff like that for where he needed to go once CM Punk became the man too. And whether it was good or bad, or you rooted for him or against him, it didn't matter.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. What a heavy moment, man. Heavy subject matter, man. One last salute to John Cena.
One last salute, and they came out and they played that video for him too while he was in the ring, and that's when I started to get a little emotional. I was like, "Damn, okay, here we go." And I can be completely honest, it was the next day that got me. Like when I was thinking about it and watching it back and all the stuff online, that's where I was kind of at a loss for words, and I kind of took like a day to kind of you just scrambled your brain. It was so heavy, you know what I'm saying? You needed a day to kind of process it, and the next day I was like, wow. That's really over, and they really went all out and did his thing. And, you really think about the tapping and the smile and everything. And it's just like, yeah,
I got
did his thing,
emotional.
did it right.
I got emotional during the video. I thought they were gonna leave off on CM Punk like having the exclamation point or the period at the end, like saying his words.
Right.
But then WWE had to go and do WWE and put the shithead on last.
They
and
put.
I said,
Well, I seen Vince, and I was like, there we go. That's what you need to do. You got to pay your respect to Vince. You got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it.
Even if it was just a quick second, just let it be what it is. But
Yep. He deserves it.
What a great career, man.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Amazing.
Whew.
One of the greatest of all time.
Arguably the greatest of all time if you look at just numbers. But
Yep.
Man, that segues perfectly into Monday Night Raw because Monday Night Raw kicked off with nothing else but the ring general Gunther coming out to the ring, man, and he had nuclear heat on him.
Yep.
Was like, that was just amazing. And people were talking about how he had a weak promo. Oh, we needed to come out and cut a strong promo after all that. He didn't. The crowd was telling you everything that you needed to know about Gunther. If that was your first time ever watching a WWE event and you just turned it on and just heard how the crowd was reacting to Gunther, he didn't have to say anything. Guy. He didn't have to explain anything. Yeah.
Yes. And
monster heel.
For everybody that had a problem with said that they made the wrong choice for John Cena's last match and the ending, like, that should just show you why they did what they did. Because if it wouldn't have ended like that, they wouldn't have been able to do that. And Gunther wouldn't have been able to come out to those boos. He would have still been Gunther and still been great because he's Gunther. In the end, you can't take that away, but it just added to what he has now, another notch in his belt, and it's probably the biggest one. Who knows how many more he'll add. But you gotta give grace to John Cena for showing Goldberg how to go on the way out and how to conduct yourself. I still have to watch the John Cena and Cody Rhodes interview that came out. What you want to talk about, and see what he has to say after the fact, because he did promise he was going to spill a lot of stuff and talk a lot more of stuff he didn't want to speak about while it was still going on. So interested to see what John Cena has to say about all this after the fact, which I think we will get a lot more of it with everything. But yeah, that heat for Gunther, it just solidified everything, and he's a made man even more so now going forward with whatever he does, and he's always got that in his bag to put out there, and he didn't need to do much. He came back and forth and just for the booze, just like Dirty Dom can't even speak, and everybody hates him. They crying, they don't want to see him.
And it's crazy because
kids can't take it.
Do you feel like, because I felt like for a little while Gunther was getting maybe a little bit stale. He had the world title run. He lost to Jey Uso. He won the title back.
Yep.
Everything else that was going on. And it was like, it felt kind of like Gunther, for as good as he is, he was kind of like at an impasse for a little while. And this is just like a new kind of, when we talk about different wrestlers reinventing themselves, and this is just a whole, like a reinvention almost. Like he can ride the coattails on this. He doesn't need a title right now because he can ride this for the next year.
And that's what he did. He
retired John Cena.
He lost to Punk and then he went away for a little bit. Came back brand new, fresh and everything, got in the tournament and ended Cena. And that's his title now. It doesn't matter, now he can gun for whoever's gunning for him. We seen the backstage of, which I thought was very well done. I had no problem with any of it, of him walking out and everybody just shaking their heads, or getting in his,
Ron Simmons off with AJ Styles.
With AJ Styles at the end. When at the end, I thought Gunther said, "You got anything you want to say to me?" I thought AJ Styles was just going to slap his face.
Yeah, and then Gunther gets in the car and rolls down the window and just does this. It drives away.
Like it's just all the heat, and that's all you can ask for in the WWE, because that's what we need. And like you were saying, you thought he might have been getting stale or at a plateau to a certain extent. It adds to it in that aspect, but also adds to it as now he is without a doubt like the most hated man in the company. I would say, so
And now, do you think that that's almost like a natural build now to maybe not WrestleMania, but like the Cody Gunther feud moving forward because of the way Cody reacted after the match and like stood there and like
I
stood at the
think so.
ring and got emotional, and then now this interview with John Cena afterwards, and Cody Rhodes has come out many times because of that feud that they had, saying that John Cena was his hero growing up. And now it's like Gunther retired as hero. It's almost like, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but it's almost like a Rocky kind of thing,
Yeah.
like with Apollo Creed, and when Ivan Drago took out Apollo Creed and Rocky needed to take down Ivan
Yep.
Drago. Like, it's almost got
Yep.
that kind of feel to it, and it's a natural story that could just kind of just be played out in the ring, and they're both really good in the ring. So I think that's the direction they really need to go long term with it.
I think down the road it'll happen. I don't even think it's going to be this WrestleMania though. Like, I feel like like that whole thing is because for the next, what is it? Not Royal Rumble, but is it Survivor Series afterwards? Yeah, Survivor Series. That's in Brock Lesnar's hometown, or pretty much, or Minnesota, I believe it is. So I think they're going to go more in a direction with like Gunther and Brock Lesnar, because he had came out and said that he wanted Brock Lesnar. So I think that's the direction they should go, or if not for WrestleMania, because the only problem with the Gunther Cody Rhodes thing is they're technically on separate brands, right? So that's the only thing that they would have to work out and figure out and get to that point where they're fighting for that, which could be a Royal Rumble type of thing, or it could be something else. You never know. But who knows? I mean, who really knows at this point going to WrestleMania who's going to end up being the main events or going for what, and who's going to be the champion at that time? I mean, it's hard to tell. It really is. People think they got it all figured out, but I couldn't tell you. I can't give you a good guess of what's right. I mean, down the line, like you said, yeah, Cody Gunther got to happen. It's a very good thing. And we got AJ Styles and we got Randy Orton that could be doing something, on Brock Lesnar with Gunther. So, however you want to pick it and choose it, they got plenty of things.
And as you've seen on WWE Unreal, because I haven't watched it, is that matches and WrestleMania stuff can be changed on the fly. It's not like everything is kind of mapped out and planned out. It's like the direction they're going in, but they just go by a feel, I guess, or whatever. So,
and there's a new season of Unreal coming out in January or February on Netflix. So I suspect that'll be the part, they are putting on different people that weren't on the last time and kind of giving them the spotlight. And I suspect it'll probably lead up to maybe SummerSlam, something like that, to a point there, or a little bit after, and we'll get some more information about what happened and all the craziness backstage and what they want to show and tell us. It should be interesting to see, especially with John Cena. Yeah, this next season should be interesting. Yeah, the Seth Rollins injury and all that. So, woo, crazy,
man. But yeah, Raw. I mean, Raw was pretty good. Like you said, it was a little bit chaotic, a little bit over the top.
Yeah. We got the New Day and the Usos, which is cool. You think classic. It would have more. It's classic. You think it would have more of a build for being such a rivalry, and then finally, it's been so long since they kind of came together and had something. But maybe this is just going to build more of a rivalry and a story with what they're doing right now, rather than just be a one-off. But it was a banger to put on. But I mean, that could be on a PLE without a doubt, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Ridiculous. Yeah. And I think that the title needs to kind of be around that, but I understand they're kind of trying to give AJ Styles kind of a little bit of a run with a title, I think, in his last year or whatever. And
Yep.
Gunther's going to end up retiring AJ Styles. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. But
yeah,
I don't know.
And Brock Lesnar.
And Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton.
Yeah, very possible.
He's going to take out everybody in Cody's life all the way up to Cody.
Yep.
Oh boy, man. We saw that whole backstage thing between Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and I kind of like their little bit of I don't know. I love everything in the women's tag team division right now. I don't know why I'm such a sucker for it right now, but I just really, really enjoy it. I mean, the little like Bayley not being competent, whatever, and Lyra smacking her, and all of a sudden she starts screaming and taking out. Like, I just love it. I just think it's
she's
great.
figured out how to kind of work around her bipolar, multiple personalities, and use it to her advantage at the right time to get out of her what she needs to get out. So it's working, and it's good dynamic between those two. It's cool, you know. And then with Asuka and Kairi Sane, and then Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, you know, they're going to be going
coming out of the crowd.
Mist. Yeah, out the crowd. I mean, yeah, I like it, and I'm kind of a little like with it at some points, but I think once we get to the match and whatever they're building to with it, and whatever that changes into after that is going to be where it's really at, you know. Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile. Maxine Dupree, we've been getting these videos with her working in Natty's dungeon and Natty's heart dungeon, and getting really sweaty and gritty and dirty and under the dark lights and tapping out, a lot of tapping. So, you know, she's learning some things. And
now, do you think if you were inside Natty's dungeon, you would tap out?
I mean, you got somebody be tapping out. Yeah.
I'm just asking if Combat Jones would tap out, or if he would.
Maybe after a couple hours, you know, I'll take some bumps. You know, I don't know. Yeah.
Couple hours, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I think it's leading towards, you know, Natty and Maxine, hopefully, or something to that extent, unless it's, you know, Becky's coming back for it. But I don't see the point in that either.
Yeah, I don't see where Becky's really doing right now as of
just pissed
right
off
now.
and I think she needs to, you know, float back towards more of the championship again, the women's championship, you know, whatever that is. We've seen it in the WrestleMania promos. So,
well, I mean, her and AJ Lee really have a lot of unfinished business as well.
Yeah,
so
that's probably like a WrestleMania match or whatever is going to be in Chicago, a match with them again, you know. A big thing coming down to it. Sooner or later, we'll get it. It seems like AJ Lee's probably on there for some type of temporary or, you know, part-time contract. It's so it seems at this point from you know, I don't think there's much information out there officially of what the circumstances really are, but that's what it seems like. It's like a part-time type of thing. So that's good for her if that's what she needs, and that's how it's got to go. Yeah.
All power to her. But guess what? Her other half is definitely not part-time. The World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk, came back, and he dropped a nuclear promo here. And I know you really you really enjoyed it because you like anything CM Punk does. And man, oh man, nobody was safe in this one. He really let it all out and let it on the table, that's for sure.
Nobody was safe. You want to go after my family, go after my wife. That's what I was thinking. How are you going to come back to this? And I was like, oh, this could go one or two ways. It doesn't look good, or you get him back. And he chose to go after his family, and it definitely struck a nerve with Bron Breakker, and he got at his dad, his uncle, and all the Steiner math, and their two brain cells, and not being able to add it up. And that's what you needed to do. He did exactly what he needed to do in that promo. Coming back, we haven't seen Punk in a while, too, you know, because of multiple things. And he was there and on point, and he wasn't all happy-go-lucky, and he was back at it, just like he was back at it with Drew McIntyre, you know, to have that rivalry and that anger towards him. Same with Seth Rollins. So that's that space that he kind of needs to be in the pocket there with those promos and to have that type of rivalry and to get that reaction from the crowd and animosity with the other person. That kind of is the sweet spot with CM Punk.
And, you know, he said he was rapping a little bit. He's talking about how rebuttaling from when Bron Breakker said that CM Punk almost ended his career in war games. And he said, you didn't sign up for board games. You signed up for a war, son. And I'm like, oh, you should have said war games. Like, what are we doing? But really good. Really good. Talk about his stupid dad and uncle. And
Yep.
I mean, I know obviously it plays into a lot of stuff going into this January 5th Raw that's coming out, but man, I don't know. I think that, like you said, CM Punk really needs to kind of have that fire in him. I think, it's good to be alive and this and that, and being like the happy-go-lucky, smiley
which
CM
is good.
Punk. Like,
well, you gotta be able to do both, and lead into what you're doing with it. Yeah.
Not really great. You know what could have been great is Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Vaquer for the women's title until we got fucking Nikki Bella getting involved with it. Another interference. And just absolute dog shit, dude. I cannot stand her.
She's making her trips to the events in between her trips to every Eagles game to see her man, her player.
Oh, who's that?
Some 22-year-old rookie or what?
Jeez, okay.
Allegedly, that's what the internet's saying. So good on her, or good on him. However you want to look at it.
Good in her, yeah. Hey, but, it is what it is. To each their own.
Fuck the Eagles. Yeah.
By the way,
she took it literally. As Taylor Swift did with the Kansas City Chiefs also.
Chiefs, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Swift has got a little bit more star power, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just is what it is, man. I'm just not liking anything with Nikki Bella, but it looks like that's the direction they're going to continue to go, is Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer for whatever reason. So I'm just really kind of I'm dreading that and just seeing where it's going from there, because it's really just not hitting for me whatsoever.
It's just not it. Yeah. We'll see with Liv coming into the fold. We've seen her WrestleMania promo, talking, and like I said, Liv for the Royal Rumble, baby. 2026 Royal Rumble winner.
You think so?
Liv Morgan. Yeah.
You really think so? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's who I'm rooting for, at least.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah. But yeah, Stephanie Vaquer better watch out. She's just getting her wins up, doing her thing, and it's going to roll through the Judgment Day, and something's going to happen with Raquel and with Roxanne and with Liv and all to do with that. And yeah, not much with Dom going on this week.
Nah.
Not much. Yeah.
Dom can't be the primetime player every single week. You know what I mean? So
Right. And add into the Bron Breakker stuff, we had them backstage with Paul Heyman and him telling Paul Heyman he just wants to end CM Punk right now, and Paul Heyman's like, no, you can't. Like, you want to win, like you need to chill out. So we've seen how things like that in the past have kind of came up with Bron Breakker not being like told what to do and all.
That's an interesting dynamic with Paul Heyman, because it's constant him wanting to do something and Paul Heyman holding him back, and it's like, is that gonna come to a head at some point, or is that just gonna kind of be like the whole dynamic is Bron Breakker is like a dog that doesn't like being chained? You know what I mean? I don't know if it's gonna stick with that or not. I'm kind of confused.
I think it's brought the best out of Logan Paul also. Especially lately with the whole vision thing and his dynamic with Paul Heyman, with Bronson Reed, with Bron Breakker. I've really enjoyed that too. I think he's really getting the benefits of that, and it's helping him as a heel and helping him with his heat and just making him look, it adds to him. Yeah.
And we've been seeing Logan Paul in action a lot more too. Like, he's a lot more regular on the shows. He's been doing like the backstage things in the ring a lot more. And it's like, that was a big criticism with Logan Paul for a while, was that like he was a part-time wrestler and everything else. And for him to be like continuously at the shows and being a part of one of the biggest faction on Raw right now. So it's like, really, exactly. And that ties into the main event match with him against Rey Mysterio, like holding his own against a legend that Bret Hart actually called the greatest of all time, Rey Mysterio.
Hey, man. Everybody got their own opinion.
Bret Hart changes his opinion every single week, so I'm not really exactly going to get into that.
Yeah, exactly. You never really know, but it's interesting, the backstage politics with going into that match with who the masked man was, and if the Vision knows who it is, and if Paul Heyman knows who it is, and with Adam Pearce asking him and telling him he better tell him, and the whole thing with that. And then we get into the match, and it gets interesting. Punk has Ray's back. Punk comes out and hits Bron with the chair and takes him out for the takes him out in the meantime, and messes him up, and comes down to come to the save and aid of Rey Mysterio, and Logan's out of there. And then we get the masked man up in the crowd for the reveal. He pulls off his mask, and who is it but the Hall of Fame's all-star? Wait, no, none of that. It's Austin Theory, the man that did beat John Cena at WrestleMania. One of Vince McMahon's hand-picked next guys up. I will say this. At least Austin Theory had a different haircut and is looking a little scruffy and a little crazy now, and had a little bit of a different look. At least he didn't come off looking exactly the same when he pulled off that mask and everything as the last time we seen him. I'll give him that. But as we said, it is what it is. And I mean, some people are happy, but I mean, it's not like it was a huge, like,
groundbreaking reveal,
like earthquake in the arena of a gasp of like, holy shit, oh my God. Like, it wasn't Moxley showing up. It wasn't Jericho under that thing. It's just going to blow the roof off the thing. It's Austin Theory. And of course, everybody's like, what the hell? And Punk's like, I don't know what the hell is Punk saying to him, but now you're going to pay mother effer. And then Punk turns around and gets speared because he doesn't see it coming. And that's that. But there's going to be hell to pay for Austin Theory. And I thought it was a quick reveal. I thought this masked man thing was going to go on for a little longer. So that's what I'm not kind of sure about. And I'm not quite that's my little criticism about it too, is it too early? But we don't know the story and where they're going. But at this point, it kind of seemed like it was kind of an early reveal, even though people, it's been going on for a while. But we thought it wasn't going to happen until probably the Netflix episode on January 5th with the championship match with Bron and Punk. But nonetheless, now we have time to figure out where he stands or what the hell is going on with him before that. And I'm sure on Raw we'll have something to hear and say about it. And maybe he'll give his manifesto of why he's back doing his thing, or if he's part of the Vision, or what the hell is going on. Or maybe Paul brings him in and it's like, I've known who it is all along, and all the other guys haven't known, and they're like, what the hell, Paul? Or who knows what the dynamic will be. But it should add more to it if he thinks he's the guy, and Bronze already thinks he's a guy, and they all think they're the guy. Like, who's in charge? Who's important? Who gets the shots? Like, where are we going with this? That's what I want to know. Where is Austin Theory going with this?
You would think Austin Theory being out as long as he was, he'd have time to grow a decent beard, but that didn't happen. So it's like, boy,
he had a little bit of something. It
looked like he shaved his head and glued it to his face, like when he revealed himself. I'm like, what? Like, he kind of reminded me of Daniel Garcia with a beard.
He looked like he'd been living out in the street. And
it looked really terrible.
Living at the Sundance, and just, hadn't, had a haircut in a while and just been roaming the streets. And
wasn't a fan at all of this reveal. I did not think it was good whatsoever. I mean,
it's kind of underwhelming. I mean, the way they did it wasn't as bad. Once he started to take off the mask, though, I was surprised. I was like, holy shit, they're actually revealing who it is. I couldn't believe it. I kind of popped for that reason, and then I was like, oh, Jesus. God damn it.
Yeah, even though we knew it was coming. Like, we knew it was coming. We knew that's what it was going to be, but it still wouldn't happen. I said, oh, no.
But now there's more opportunity that he took off the mask. Now we could get somebody run in at the match with a mask. You know what I'm saying? It opens up that, so we already know who one is. So when we see the other, we might be more baffled by who it is, and then even more surprised by who it is when they take the mask off. So long-term storytelling. We just don't know, and it's good stuff going into it with it.
We got imposter syndrome with the mask and who it's going to be. Oh, man, it's Doink the Clown. It'd be funny if they took off the mask and it was Vince McMahon. It was me, Punk.
It was me the whole time. Remember me. Guess who's back, bitch? Yeah. God damn.
Man, wow.
Yeah, everybody's just mad at John Cena, mad at Gunther, mad at Triple H. Like,
you can't keep getting away with it.
They can't.
He can't keep getting away with it.
They can't stop. It's just the IWC is just upset. It could have went every which way but the way it went, and all the hate for Triple H or Triple K as they call him, saying that I'm done watching WWE. I'm going just to AEW now. Okay, well, enjoy, have fun.
That'll last about 3 weeks and then it's going to be over with. So
yeah.
Good
At
luck.
least MJF's back, roasting people and doing his thing. That's one bright side of it there. But yeah, that's it, man. John Cena, salute. The last time was then. It was now at the time, and it is no more anymore. And I think we'll get John Cena back again soon, like you said, with Cody or with anybody, to avenge him for Gunther, and maybe we'll see him at WrestleMania or something like that, or if not the next year for the Hall of Fame, for sure. So
yeah,
we'll see when he shows up next and the role he plays and what he has to say off the programming on these podcasts with Cody. Stephanie McMahon had Tony Hinchcliffe on. Yeah, and that's what's up.
And that's what's up.
All these other good things. So, and Logan Paul with Joe Budden and talking about the whole Travis Scott thing and why it didn't work and how Travis Scott was going to be part of a match and training. He just had a no-show one day for an event where they were going to actually be in a match together with him and Logan Paul and whoever else. So it ended up not happening, and it is what it is. So that's the story with that from the alleged.
And that's what's up.
Humble person. And that's what's up. So that was the last time as now. So we salute you, John Cena. And what an emotional ride it's been. And nothing but respect and love. And we love the event. So shout out to Triple H and shout out to all the WWE production and everybody, superstars and everybody that put it on and played a part this whole year and everything for John Cena. All respect, baby. Yeah. Nothing but love. Thanks, John Cena, for all the good times and, the people's childhoods and letting us hate you or love you and all in between and making the moments matter that were very important and making all these other wrestlers' moments and careers even bigger than what they were. Like they said, thank you for the house, as they say. So nothing but respect there. And we can't wait to see what happens next, baby. And that's what's up. And we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. We are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open approved, the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. And of course, that is the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew. Kombat Joe. Yeah. We got our man came along for the ride, putting it down. That's what's up. Yeah. And you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Cena!
We can
Peace.
see you.
We can see you now. I'm out of my box of tissues. Triple H, I hate you. Get the hell out of here. On to the next one. Ringside Renaissance. Peace.